What's up, guys, and welcome to another Hungover podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Julien, alongside
the other host, Yvonne.
Yes, and today's topic of the show is the all-encompassing E3 2017 roundup. Of course, we made predictions 2 podcasts ago for E3 2017. We bet an entire steak dinner on it. Guys, there's so much on the line. So much was announced, and we're going to go over it for you. But first, a little house cleaning. You can get this podcast on iTunes, SoundCloud, and in video form on YouTube. Don't forget to leave us an iTunes review. That really helps with our visibility, and we really appreciate 5 stars. Yvonne, should we just jump into the topic of the show, or do you want to do our regular segment?
I have been chowing down on some cranberry martinis, and I don't really have anything new that I've been watching. A lot of it has been old.
Have you been playing any games?
Just Overwatch, and I tried to get into Fallout 4, but something's goofy with the frame rate. It's real bad, so I can't play it.
You need a VR unit.
Yeah, apparently.
Apparently you're going to be able to play the entire game in VR. It's pretty cool, actually.
Ooh. And Skyrim in VR.
Yes, finally. Finally, I can live out my life in the Skyrim world, shouting at dragons.
Yeah.
Of course, Yvonne, we start every podcast out, if this is your first Hungover podcast, of course, asking what you consumed, what media you consumed, and what you drank last night. Thanks for answering the question already. We're jumping in. Of course, I drank a lot of, let's see, on Friday night, I drank some Tom Collins. I love that drink. Sorry, there is a video playing in the background that I neglected to play. And also, that's what I drank on Friday night. And then I've been playing a lot of games, actually, this weekend. I didn't really have to edit much, so I had a lot of time. I played a shit ton of Zelda. I knocked out like 20 shrines. So I'm well on my way to getting to the ever closening goal. That's a word, closening. I don't know. I'm getting closer to my goal of 120 shrines. I'm at 83, I think. Anyways, I've been playing a lot of Zelda. Played some Tekken 7. I love that game now. That game has really made me want to play more fighting games, and I'm really excited to continue to get better at that game. It's so much fun. And also, I played some Overwatch, but on PC this time. I finished up my placement matches. Placed at a nice 1400. It's really SR. It's really nice to be in bronze for once. It really sucks.
That's real low, isn't it?
Yeah, that's where you place in PC. That's just what happens, dude. And I won 5 of them, so it's just what happens. They place you really low in PC because the skill bar is way higher. A lot of people are really good on PC. But, yeah, it was nice to switch up how you control the game. Of course, Yvonne and I play Overwatch on PS4. But, Yvonne, I think we have a long topic ahead of us. We're trying to talk about, of course, our summary and reactions to the Microsoft E3 2017 announcements, and, of course, Sony and Nintendo as well. So, Yvonne, where do we begin? You want to start with Microsoft?
Let's start at the middle. Microsoft.
The middle. Well, yes. Okay, well, starting off the press conference, of course, Microsoft came out swinging. They've basically been teasing the Xbox One Scorpio, as they've been calling it for a code name, Project Scorpio, for a long time. And now we finally got all the deets. It's called the Xbox One X. It's going to be releasing November 7th, 2017 for a whopping $499 US. Of course, I don't know what that equates to in what is that?
I just ripped some paper, bro.
I thought that was something playing from my PC. Oh, anyways,
I was trying to do a tally over here on paper.
Right, of course. We're going to be tallying up our predictions and points based off of what was announced. But Yvonne, Give me your reactions to the Xbox One X. What do you think about the price, the release date, the name, the form factor? Do you think it's what it actually does? Do you think that's at all interesting to you?
I'm in love with the teraflop.
The 6 teraflops that you will get for $499. Is it worth it?
No, not for me. It's a nice computing machine, but until Microsoft really works on their UI, I'm not going to be switching back over to Microsoft. I'm basically a one console per generation guy. So last generation I had the 360. I thought it was way easier to use in terms of updates and different things than the PS3. Sony really came back, fixed it with the PS4. And I think Xbox One X is an interesting console. It looks really good. It's got some pretty great specs. But I think the next thing that I'm going to put down for is some serious computing hardware rather than a new game system.
Yeah, of course. Right. So this is the thing. I don't really know who the Xbox One X is for. Because all of the games, all the exclusives you can get on the Xbox One now are playable on your PC. So you might as well just invest $200 more, or granted $200 is a lot of money, but like for instance in your case,
on the scale of things that you can do with it, like I'll invest in is video editing, the ability to play, not just playing games, watching movies and things like that, but I'll be able to edit, Photoshop, do all that kind of thing without worrying about my laptop overheating, which is what I have been working on.
Or exploding, of course.
Or crashing every single time I try and use a program.
Exactly. I think that the Xbox One X is not really not really my cup of tea. I realize it's a very powerful console. Of course, as they keep saying, it is the most powerful console you can get.
They had those T-shirts at the conference, which I thought were pretty dumb looking. But
what do you think of the name?
Not a lot of I don't know that Microsoft knows that the entire alphabet exists.
The Xbox One S, the Xbox One, the Xbox One X. It's all out there. But what about the price? Do you think the price is a solid price?
Price is pretty standard for the amount of hardware that you're getting. If it was actually $399, I would consider purchasing it in addition to whatever computing hardware I would get.
Yes, I think
so. I'll wait for a price drop, hopefully. But $499 is a little rich for my blood in terms of what I want to do and different things.
And for instance, you don't even have a 4K monitor or anything, right?
Nope. Not able to.
So you're shit out of luck there, right?
Fully implement the power.
Right. So I think this console is maybe for people who haven't upgraded from Xbox 360 or from PlayStation 3 to the next generation of hardware and are still looking for a console, but they also have a 4K TV. So I think that's a very niche crowd. Granted, there were quite a few people who haven't upgraded yet. Hey, go, all the more power to you. If you still love your PS3, still love your Xbox 360, go ahead and enjoy those things. They're not really being supported anymore, but
I'd say if I was going from a PS3, the Xbox One X would be worth the price.
Yes.
I think even more so than like the PS Pro.
Right,
PS4
of course,
Pro.
yeah. I think, but even then, I still think $100 is a lot of money to hell, it's a lot of money to me too. I don't want to spend $100 extra if I don't have to. So what Sony has with the PS4 Pro, and I think Microsoft is really missing out on a sales opportunity there because they really have. It would have been really powerful to say, here we do everything the competitors do, but a lot more, because Xbox One X does do a lot more than the PS4 Pro.
For sure.
but we do a lot more, and it's the same price. I think that would be an amazing thing for them, and they would actually sell a lot of units that way. But with the Xbox Play Anywhere thing that they have going on, so now I think even Halo 5 can be played on PC. I'm not sure about that one, but they're pushing for it, so I have no reason to buy an Xbox One X, to tell you that much. But maybe one day, maybe in 2 years, there will be a game that comes out for Xbox One X and not for Xbox One. Right. Even though they are really pushing it. Because now they're just being held back by the Xbox One, right? And I guess, I don't know. That's what I think about it. It's really iffy there. But anyways, Yvonne, should we go through the announcements and then tally up the score? Or do you want to tally up the score as we go?
Either way works for me, bro.
Okay, well, with the Xbox One X, they announced Forza Motorsport 7.
They had women on stage that were driving the cars. It was progressive.
That was interesting. Yeah, so Microsoft seems to have not gotten the cue that they need to stop having these awkward segments in their freaking presentations, right? They also had that weird segment where they had that guy talking
or announce the new Porsche.
Oh, there was that, right? There was a freaking Porsche fucking announcement on the stage,
and you get a Porsche for each copy of Forza sold.
Right. So Forza 7, of course, a great game. I think a great showcase of the Xbox One X. Of course, it's running in 4K, I believe 60 frames per second. Native 4K, of course, on the Xbox One X. And it's got a release date. I don't really know what it is. I think it's coming out day and date with Xbox One X. I'm guessing there. Probably should do a little more research on that, but we don't really care about Forza. I don't know. I don't really care about racing simulator games like this. I don't know about you.
No, I never have. Mario Kart is the extent.
But really, the most important thing was that
October 3rd is for Forza.
Okay, so it's coming out before Xbox One X, but I assume there will be an update once Xbox One X comes out. The point is, good piece of tech to show off the software, but they had to go and release a Porsche car in the game as well that looks better in the game than it did on stage. I think that was the most funny thing of the conference.
I should have bet that they were going to reveal a car.
You couldn't have predicted that shit. But anyways, so we're not going to go through the whole list. They had 42 games that they showed trailers for on the Microsoft stage, 22 of which will be Xbox One console exclusive. But I'm not sure if that means you'll also be able to play them on PC. I can't confirm that or deny it. Some of them, obviously, but not all of them.
Yeah.
And they were a mix of AAA franchises, sequels, and smaller genres. But moving on, we had a trailer for Metro Exodus. This is obviously the new Metro game coming out. It's coming out in 2018 at some point. It's the follow-up to Metro Last Light, right? Did you play? Yeah. You didn't play those games, right? But no. You know a little bit about the series.
Yeah, it's this Russian author basically authored the first Metro book series, and then out of that sprang this game series. It's very akin to the way that The Witcher and the author and book there's a series of books that then became the Witcher game series, and they're kind of interlinked, kind of not. But the author of Metro really enjoys having the games made because he thinks it brings a lot more popularity to both, and they're both working well in tandem. And he's been really good about the development stage of games too. Of literature to games and things like that. So it's a pretty interesting series, post-apocalyptic Russia.
Yep.
So I'll be...
Dreary.
It looks pretty interesting. They had the Zombear that kept
showed up
reappearing.
At Sony's conference as well. But we'll get to that Zombear back when we talk about Sony. So that game looks interesting. Looks really, really action heavy. Obviously, a first-person shooter, and it's coming out in 2018. We didn't have any predictions about that, so We'll move on. Assassin's Creed Origins was announced. Origins being the subtitle to the next Assassin's Creed game. Of course, Ubisoft took a break of 2 years to develop this game because people were getting a little tired of the fatigue of Assassin's Creed year after year. It's the same game. This one, I was not. It is taking place in Egypt, coming out October 27th, 2017. Very exciting for those who like Assassin's Creed. You're getting more of, I think, looks like the same thing. Looks like the same thing to me. So,
but you can be an eagle now.
You can play as an eagle instead of a drone. That's pretty cool.
It's like Ghost Recon, but ancient.
It's like Ghost Recon. It's ancient Ghost Recon.
I love how they went back in time, but you get more technology by going back in time. So you get Eagle Drone.
And it looks like they definitely didn't show how they're going to do the tower system that they usually do in Assassin's Creed that reveals all the things on the map and things like that, or a portion of the map. I don't really know exactly how it works. But and then you jump into a bale of hay, right?
That's from any distance, and you'll be okay. Distance. Kids, matter. You should learn from this. Don't learn from this.
I'm guessing, my guess is that you're going to have to climb a pyramid. But it would be really cool if you could...
well, they had the main character sliding down a pyramid as part of the trailer. That looked actually pretty cool.
Dope.
The thing that I really thought was really, really dumb is that you get mystic guided RPG missile rocket arrows.
Well, I mean, that's what they had. It's well documented in all the hieroglyphs in ancient Egypt. I don't know why you don't think those already didn't exist, man. Come on.
Yeah, I'm an idiot. But what is nice is to see, again, Assassin's Creed has some level of diversity in the characters.
Yeah.
So we've had a First Nation person, we've had women, and now we're getting a black assassin. So that's a very cool thing.
No, that's big, and I'm glad they didn't put a white person as an assassin. That would have gotten some backlash on my part. I'm sure they covered their bases there, but so I think they're also going to revamp the combat system. It's not going to be just hold a button to parry. I think you might actually have to. I don't really know much about the combat of Assassin's Creed. I think that's one of the reasons why I didn't like Assassin's Creed. I just didn't really like the combat that much. But
it's very similar to the Dark Knight or the Batman series for combat.
Yeah, it is. But it's like ever so slightly different. I think it's slower. It's too slow for me. I don't know.
Fair enough.
It just always seemed kind of clunky. The controls in the game in general, but that's just my opinion. I could be wrong. And if you like Assassin's Creed, you're getting one in 4K on October 27th. So better get that Xbox One X for this one. I think the next announcement was pretty big. PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds is coming to Xbox One. I'm unsure if it's coming to PS4. I think if it does, we should get it so we can do some videos about that, because apparently this game is all the rage on PC.
Yeah, it looks pretty fun.
Beta right now. Yeah, it does look very fun. It's coming out when the PC version is slated to exit early access. So when the PC is out at early access, you can get it on Xbox One X, play it in 4K, have a great time. I think that's one of the biggest announcements for them. Whether or not you're excited for the game, it's a very popular game, and it's coming to Xbox One. Not sure if it's coming to PS4. But again, we didn't predict this, so we'll move on. Once we actually play the game, we'll have more to talk about with that. State of Decay 2, Yvonne, was announced to come out spring of 2018. Are you excited for this game? Of course, I guess you can't play it, but are you excited that it's happening at all?
I only played the first State of Decay because it was free games with gold, I believe.
Oh, it was free.
Or it was a cheap and reduced price. Maybe not. It was a cheaper game. It was like 15-20 bucks, I feel like, when I bought it. So it was either that's what it was priced at, or it was reduced. It was a fun game. I did play it for quite some time. I'm not super hyped about State of Decay 2. I thought State of Decay was a cool game for the time. Maybe State of Decay 2 will be more of the same, kind of a little bit more upgrades, so it will be fun, but I'm probably not going to play it, so.
Yeah. Well, I'm not that excited for it. I wasn't that into the first one, but I know people love State of Decay. I hear you're going to do a lot more scavenging in this game, which is a big part of State of Decay. And if you're into that gameplay, you're into the gameplay. It's going to play it in 4K. Of course, everything's in 4K now. Then this was the weird game that was announced, the Darwin Project. It was announced after it. And they had this weird guy doing
the announcer.
He had some. It was literally, he was on stage announcing what was going on in the game, and he was, I have no idea why, and then basically it just sort of ended, and that was it. And the game looked kind of lame. Not too excited about that game. I don't know about you. It seems like an arena shooter to me, but I could be wrong.
Yeah.
Team-based
Let's mix
arena
MOBA
shooter.
with Hunger Games.
Yeah, sounds fun to me. Then I guess another big announcement, because Microsoft owns Mojang now, the creators of Minecraft. You're going to get your huge update to Minecraft on Xbox One X when it comes out. So you'll be able to play the game in 4K. And then there's a huge texture overlay that you can, or whatever, super duper graphics pack. That's what they're calling it. And Windows 10 players, of course, will get this as well. I think they might already have it. Not sure. But yeah, it'll connect. And then also huge, it's connecting Nintendo Switch crossplay. Did you know that? It's pretty cool.
I did not. Well, I think they
cool.
said something about that, but I didn't remember.
Yeah, that's awesome. Go Mojang. Of course, PlayStation is fucking up and deciding to not support crossplay in Rocket League or Minecraft anymore. I don't know why. They're just saying we don't have a terms of agreement with those players on other platforms, so we want to protect our... They're just doing it for legal reasons, which I guess makes sense, but not too excited about that. But then again, I don't play those games that often. I don't play Minecraft at all. I don't play Rocket League that often. And when I do, there's always people to play with on PS4, so I can't really complain.
Right.
I don't know. It's no big deal, but it could be a big deal. I don't know.
I'm more interested in the next game we're going to talk about.
Of course, this is the hypest thing. This is the second hypest thing that was announced. And it was announced first, so I thought it was the hypest. Dragon Ball Fighter Z trailer was released. Arc Systems is making this game. They make Guilty Gear and Blaze Blue, the hypest fucking anime fighting games you can play. Dragon Ball Fighter Z, you got a 3v3 fucking Dragon Ball Z fighting game. Looks like an anime. Holy shit. It's coming out in early 2018. Not sure if it's coming out for... I think it's coming out for PS4 and PC as well. I wouldn't be... It was just announced on Xbox stage. But, oh my god, this game looks so good, Yvonne. I don't know... it was mostly gameplay what we saw. And there's, like, destructible environments. You can deflect all the energy blasts into the environment. I think that's really fucking cool. And then I saw... It was playable on E3 show... floor, whatever you call that. I didn't go to E3, so one of my fighting game favorite YouTubers, Maximilian Dude, went to go play it, and he had a breakdown of the mechanics and all that sort of crap, and you can call in assists with your other characters. Apparently there were only 6 playable characters, but there will be more. Looks super exciting to me. I don't know about you.
I'm excited for it. It looks cool. I would actually maybe get into this fighting game.
Yeah, it's super fast-paced and just like Dragon Ball Z, everything you expect. All the crazy, awesome moves. Powering up. You can power up to fill up your bar in the bottom. It's really cool. I think it's super awesome. yeah, so I'm really excited for that game. Can't wait for 2018 now. But we still got to get through 2017. Black Desert is coming to Xbox One. Apparently, this is a game. It's a PC MMO RPG, but now it's coming to Xbox One. We got a comment actually on our Xbox One reactions video that you can go see on youtube.com/hungovergaming once we get that URL. That this guy was telling. Apparently, we said something about this being a new game, but it's been out on PC for a while. That's all I want to say. Anyways, I don't know much about that game. Not going to talk about it. Apparently, it's pretty cool. Don't know. The Last Night revealed in new trailer. That's supposed to be all right. I listened to a podcast about it, but I'm forgetting. There were so many games. Let's move on to Sea of Thieves, because we actually had predictions about this. Sea of Thieves gameplay reveal. Were you impressed at all?
I was super impressed with Sea of Thieves.
Yeah, that game looked really cool. It's coming out in early 2018 and to Windows 10 and Xbox One. So again, you don't need an Xbox One for any of these games.
This is a game that I want on PC because I was hoping that I could get a bunch of people to play together.
I will get it when you get it then, because that's going to be freaking awesome. I really love the fact that it's like a cooperative experience like Destiny. You get a team. I don't know how large of a team you can get together, but I reckon it must be 6 people at least. And it's all out sea pirate nonsense. You go find treasure, you go avoid sharks in the underwater, you're diving underwater to go to shipwrecks, and you have ship combat. It's really cool. And you manage your ship. It's really cool. I think that game's going to be super awesome. That's a huge exclusive for Xbox, or rather Windows, not really an exclusive to Xbox anymore.
Yeah, Microsoft.
But, yeah, so that's a huge one. I'm really happy that they showed us some more gameplay, and we'll have more coverage on that in the future. Of course, Tacoma gets a release date. That's exciting for people who are into Tacoma. And then there was this weird game called Super Lucky's Tale, headed to Xbox One. It was apparently a VR game, an Oculus Rift game. Did you know this?
I had no idea.
It's coming. This is the game to get your Xbox One X for. It's launching with the Xbox One X. You gotta play Super Lucky's Tale in 4K.
This is the best launch title.
This is the system seller right here. I'm buying one now. I gotta get it. This is a weird Fox side-scrolling game. Not side-scrolling. It's like a platforming game. Not really sure. Not really excited about it at all. Didn't look very visually interesting at all to me. But it seemed like they're trying to play towards a younger crowd. Hey, if you're into this game and it's good, go for it. I'm not going to play it, though. Moving on, Cuphead finally gets a release date. September 29th, Yvonne. On Xbox One and PC. Are you excited? I don't really know if I'm gonna get this game.
I'm excited to see people play it.
Yeah. I'm into that. It's supposed to be pretty hard, and that's all I know about it still. But moving on, Crackdown 3 finally got a release date. November 7th is launching with the Xbox One X. This is actually the system seller, I think. They had a pretty cool trailer-ish. I don't think it was that interesting.
I loved it. I love Terry Crews.
Yeah, actually, I was talking about the gameplay of the game.
Oh, yeah.
That part was freaking awesome. The Terry Crews part was really funny. He was shooting the gun and talk. That was hilarious. But yeah, so that's really cool. It's coming out with Xbox One X coming out on Xbox One and PC. Play it in 4K. Didn't say anything about frame rate. Fine with me. But yeah, that's actually really good for them. They're launching with a huge game for them. I hope it sells well for Microsoft's sake, because they really need some exclusives like this. This is a huge exclusive for them. And then there was another big one was Life is Strange Before the Storm. I think it was a. It's gonna be the first episode's coming out August 31st. Good for them. I think the game, it's a prequel game, right? Exactly. So this game's coming out August 31st, or the first episode. It's a prequel. Did you play Life is Strange at all?
I have heard the story of it. I didn't play it though. I think I own it.
Yeah, it was free on PS Plus.
But I haven't played
and
it.
Xbox Games with Gold as well. Yeah, I didn't play it either. It's an episodic game. It's supposed to be pretty good though. And apparently people were really excited for this announcement. As well as the following announcement, Ori and the Will of the Wisps.
Yes,
Ori and the
get
Blind
some
Forest.
Good indie games going.
Yeah, no,
Ori
good for them
and the
because
Blind Forest was a good indie game, and
it was supposed to be awesome, right? I didn't play it. I should probably play it now before this comes out. If I get the time, I probably will. Did you get a chance to at least look at some gameplay for Ori and the Blind Forest?
Yeah. I
it
like
looks
that game.
exciting.
I've watched game playthroughs.
Right. No, it's an exciting game. Exciting announcements. So they got their indie games. They've got their huge 4K games, and then they ended the conference with an Anthem gameplay demo. However, things looked amazing. Anthem, of course, the BioWare game that's coming out sometime in the future. I'm not sure when. I think next... Oh, no. Yeah, next year. It was revealed at the EA conference, but Microsoft got the gameplay demo. They didn't have any HUD on the screen. I'm not sure.
And they had this
game...
stupid pre-scripted, pre-rendered bullshit from let's get fake friends to just play this game.
Oh yeah. You'd think that they would stop doing that in these stupid conferences for once.
Because it was so the dialogue was so stilted. We thought it was the characters speaking until we realized it was fake players talking to each other. I was like, yes, a woman.
It was pretty awkward. Yeah, but I think there is a woman in one of those mech suits. But I mean, it is what it is. That game looks exciting. I'm going to wait until I'm tempering my expectations on this one because we've seen plenty of games that looked super exciting in this state, where they would just show either a pre-rendered cutscene that looks freaking awesome or pre-rendered gameplay that looks freaking awesome. Whenever they don't show a HUD, that means it's usually not exactly what you're looking at. It's being rendered at on a super PC and can look that way for sure, but it's not going to look that way when you get your hands on it. Maybe it'll look that way when you get it on Xbox One X, but I doubt it'll look that good when it actually comes out. Or Control.
But
I don't know.
It looks fun in the way that Destiny looked fun, and I was hype about Destiny before Destiny came out. So we'll see. I'm not gonna rush out and buy the Destiny Xbox One X or the Anthem Xbox One X like I did for Destiny. Because I bought the Destiny white PS4. It's good looking. I was
Wasn't
excited
it the same
for Destiny.
price as a PS4?
It was all the same.
So
it just came with Destiny. It was different color. So, but I was sorely disappointed with Destiny. So we'll see. Now we've come to what the most important part of this conference.
Of course, the predictions that we went over. So, Yvonne, we both had our expectations about Scorpio. I predicted that Scorpio would get a launch date, price, and name. It would be $500, and it would launch in October. I was wrong about October. It's coming out on November 7th. It's gonna be $4.99, so I think you can give me the points for the 500, right?
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. We got a price, we got a launch date, and we got our name. So how do you want to do the points? I obviously don't get points for date.
So I got it within the month. I had all the same stuff, but within the month.
Right. You thought it was going to come out the day of Black Friday, right?
Yeah.
The 26th?
The 24th.
24th, sorry. So we're both in the same boat, right? We predicted the same exact thing, except you got closer in the date.
I don't know, point eight and point nine. I don't know how this point system should work.
I like that. I think we can go by tenths of the point here. So you have 0.9 because you got November. Good job. Congratulations. And I got 0.8 because I predicted October and I suck.
Cool.
God damn it. I'm glad Microsoft came out and told us all the information about Xbox One X. This is what we need to know, right? Okay. Then I predicted my second one was Crackdown 3 would launch with Scorpio. I think, full points for that.
There.
All right, that's a full point.
You also mentioned that would be 4K and some other stuff, didn't you?
It is 4K. I think... No, I mentioned in my first prediction that everything would be 4K and uncapped frame rate. That's not necessarily true. So you can give me 0.7 for the first one.
Boom!
But I should get a full point for the
I already gave you a full point. Xbox Scorpio VR, nothing. So
nothing for Scorpio.
No Gears
VR.
Announcements, so nothing for me for that one either.
Okay. My third one was Cuphead launches in September. That's seriously what I predicted. It's coming out September 29th.
Full point.
Full point there. Boom!
Okay. I had a new AAA third party with a female protagonist. There was not a new IP
announced, no.
But Life is Strange sequel.
Yes. Yes, go for it. You
So
you can get half the point.
Boom! I'll take it.
Take half the point.
Take the money and run. All right.
Take the money and run. My fourth prediction was Sea of Thieves launches in November. Completely wrong about that. Shit the boat. It's over. No and it's coming out in 2018, if I'm not mistaken.
Nice. Yeah, it's spring of 2018.
Yeah. So wrong about that. No points. And then my last one was a new Lara Croft game would be announced on the Xbox stage, and it would look best on Scorpio. They missed the fucking boat with that one, man. But of course, they said prior. You were telling me that they said prior that the new Lara Croft game would not be at E3.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. Yvonne, what were your last
controversial statement here? I said Fable announcement. Then you said Fable 4, and then I parroted Fable 4 back. I say what I said was a Fable announcement, and they did the Fable Hearthstone.
The Fable Hearthstone. What? Wait, it was a Fable card game?
Yeah, it's a Fable card game. Fable.
And it was in a sizzle reel, was it?
Yeah,
I don't even remember.
It was in the sizzle reel.
How do you know? Did you go back and?
I saw it.
Was this confirmed?
I saw it when it was playing there.
No, I believe you. I just want someone else to have confirmed this. Are you sure it's a Fable card game?
Fable Fortune card game finally gets a launch date.
Oh, it got a launch date too.
Release on July 11th for both Xbox One and PC.
Oh, we can get it now? Or, I mean, in July?
Yeah.
That's fucking dope. Okay, cool. You can get your...
I don't know if it was announced there. I think it would have. It was announced
after,
previously.
but it was on the stage.
It was.
You were right.
It was there. I'll take. I won't take full points then.
You can take.
Because June 6th was where I hear Fable Fortune coming to Xbox One on July 11th.
Great. Look, we got to get into the nitty gritty. So I'd say you don't get, because they didn't actually say it in words. I don't think. I mean, you get at least half the point here.
I'll take 0.5 then.
Because they didn't actually talk about it, but it is technically announced, because on stage, technically. So.
All right, here we go. Next one, Sony.
Sony. Let's go through. We took 40 minutes to do that, so let's go through this. We'll try to move a little faster. Sorry, Sony's and also Nintendo's was a short conference.
So Sony's conference in terms of the presentation was way cool because it was like a 4D Shrek presentation.
Right, I thought that was awesome. But yeah, of course, they opened the show with Uncharted: The Lost Legacy. They got a new trailer. That's exciting. It's coming out in August, and I'm happy to play the game. Can't wait for it. Looks better than I thought it was going to look, and now you play as Nadine and Chloe. Super exciting. Which is super exciting. Those are really cool characters. Horizon Zero Dawn. The Frozen Wilds was revealed immediately after that. They came out swinging also, Yvonne.
Yeah.
I knew they had to because Xbox One X could have stolen the show. You didn't know. But yeah, that's exciting. Horizon Zero Dawn's first story DLC is slated to come out in the 2017 portion of this year, which is the entire year. In the end of this year, I believe, soon, right? Probably holiday of this year. That's super exciting. They're going to the exact place that I think you predicted, or at least wanted them to go.
I think so. From what the trailer looked like, cool. I think so.
Which means you played the hell of that game. I still have to beat it. But yeah, no, that's that game looks really that DLC pack looks really cool, and I hope I should be able to beat Horizon Zero Dawn by the end of this year, so I should be able to get it. I'm excited for that, and I hope you're excited for it too.
I am.
Yep. Then we moved on. Their third thing of the show was the Days Gone gameplay demo. What did you think of Days Gone gameplay?
It's amoralistic Last of Us.
Yes, of course.
You're not only kill
everyone.
You're just killing everything, and in the worst ways possible. You're just blowing the dam so that the zombies rush in, and then you go upstairs to shoot at a guy in the face that you could have just snuck up to the top and shot him in the face anyway.
I feel like that could be an option. You could probably do that in your gameplay.
So interesting in terms of how amoralistic games have become.
Yeah, we'll see. I think this game still looks interesting. I'm excited for it, and I'm excited to see. Is it Ben that's making them? I'm excited to see what they do with it.
Yeah,
I'm gonna wait for reviews. Yeah, I'm waiting for reviews, of course. But that's but no release date was revealed, unfortunately, so it might not come this year. I think it really needed to come out this year, though. But we'll see. It's going to be running in 4K on PS4 Pro, however, that's exciting. Then, this is big for all the Japanese people out there. Monster Hunter World was announced at the PS4, at the Sony press conference. Monster Hunter hasn't been on a Sony platform since 2011. Do you know that, Yvonne? It's been on pretty much Nintendo and 3DS.
I didn't know that this game existed.
Not this game. Oh, yeah, neither. Well, they leaked. I think they leaked it, but yeah, it was announced on this stage, so you wouldn't have known that it existed. But you didn't know about Monster Hunter period?
Yes.
That's funny. Okay, never mind. That's a different thing. It's huge in Japan, not in the US of A, but you can get them all on Sony and Nintendo consoles, which is exciting. It's a fun franchise, although I can't really get into it. It's really, really in-depth. It's a really crazy in-depth RPG that you have to min-max everything in order to take down some of these monsters, which is kind of crazy. And there's huge monster bounties and stuff. Then I think this was the totally out of left field announcement. Shadow of the Colossus remake was announced.
The remake of the remake. Remake 3.0.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, maybe not the remake of the remake, but it could have been the remake of the first game. Who knows? Anyway, I don't know. It's probably the remake of the remake because it was the remake of the remaster. Let's put it that way. Because they've been up-resing old PS2 games that people love. Of course, Shadow of the Colossus is one of them. and putting them in HD, and you could get it on PS3. But now they're remaking the game, so it all new graphics engine. Everything looks super awesome. I think it depends on how it controls. If it controls exactly the same as Shadow of the Colossus, I'm not getting this game because the controls in that game did not age very well. People love that game. I know. I don't know. Take me apart in the comment section. The controls in that game are kind of shitty. I'm just gonna say that. But the game is really cool in itself. So I'm excited to see where it goes. Were you excited at all for it?
No.
A lot of people. No. All right,
I've
moving
had
on.
2 opportunities to play this game, and I have not chosen to take either one of them.
There you go. It's about, I think it's like a 10 or 20 hour game, so it's not that long of a game, at least, if you were to commit the time to beat it. So, next up, we got a Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite story trailer. I thought a lot of the... I don't really know. I don't really care for the story in Marvel vs. Capcom. I don't know anyone that does. But, of course, this game's getting a lot of shit for these character models. They do look like shit in these cutscenes. They look really crappy, and the story seems really forced, and I don't really care for that. But Yvonne,
Yep.
I hear the game is really, really fun. So you can do all sorts of crazy shit with your assists in this game. You can call them in at literally any point. It's 2v2 now instead of 3v3.
Okay.
And there are exciting, fun things that you can do with these gems. They're basically stones that augment your abilities in the game.
The Infinity Stones.
Yeah, the Infinity Stones, right. So they're going to be highly used, I think, in tournaments. And I think this is exactly where the gameplay needed to go. A little more... let's say creativity with your combos. You can literally do anything that you want. This is Robin Gaming. We're totally using your video. I hope you don't kill us. But anyways, so yeah, that game looks exciting. That trailer wasn't that exciting, but the gameplay, that's where it is. Looks exciting. I'm excited for it. Then I don't know if you're excited for Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite.
I liked
You're
it.
Not yeah.
I'm not a big fighting game guy, so I'm happy that you're happy about it. But we'll see if anything leads to me. If anything, in terms of fighting games, it's a Gundam fighting game and a Dragon Ball fighting game.
Oh, Gundam Versus is coming out later, maybe next year, or I think it's coming out this summer in Japan. Not sure. We're excited for Gundam Versus and Dragon Ball Fighter Z. Let's go, anime. But yeah. That's in terms of this channel. So if you're looking for cool anime videos, you'll be getting them soon, eventually. Not really soon, because those games aren't out. Call of Duty 2 World War II got a new trailer. Saw some gameplay. It's coming out November 3rd. Excited? Not excited? Looks like more Call of Duty to me. I don't know about you.
Yep.
Yep, that's Call of Duty. Don't really care about it. But it is World War II. I'll give them that. And it's supposed to look really good in 4K. So, then there were actually a whole bunch of PSVR games, including Skyrim, of course, your favorite game, that were announced. And this is, I think, pretty surprising to me. I thought there was a chance that they weren't going to talk about PSVR, or just passingly talk about it. So
I don't think so.
pretty
I
exciting.
think that PSVR needed to be talked about to help differentiate from Microsoft. What I thought Microsoft was going to do was talk about VR so that they could match what PlayStation, what Sony had been doing. But they chose not to do that, and somehow they just hope that just because they have a massive hardware update that is the only thing that is necessary. I think that it was a misstep by Microsoft to not also launch into the idea of VR, but whatever.
No, I think so as well. And of course, I wanted Sony to talk about the PSVR, and I'm glad they did. These are a whole bunch of games: Star Child, Bravo Team, Moss, and The Impatient. Don't really know much things about these games, but they look more or less exciting. You can play them in VR. They're coming soon. And also, I think that you're right. Microsoft needs to embrace VR, because VR is here to stay. It's a technology that's here to stay. Not necessarily in the video game realm. I think it could be used for a whole bunch of other things.
For sure.
Yeah, like let's say, I think Skype should take advantage of PSVR, or not PSVR, just VR technology in general. I think that's a huge thing for them. You could basically be in the same room as a loved one, or go. I think also concerts and an event like Sony's event for E3, I think would have been really cool if they put 3D cameras in there and allowed PSVR users to be in the conference hall.
Use 3D to experience 4D.
Yes, I think that would have been great. I think there should be more things like that. For instance, you can buy a ticket to a concert and put on a VR helmet and be there.
Yeah.
Or maybe traveling agencies could do sort of something like that for people. I think that would be really cool.
Also, a very cool thing for people with like disabilities or something who couldn't manage the travel. Now they can appear somewhere. So
yeah, or you could go skydiving or something. I think you can already do that. But yeah, that's what's coming out for PSVR. They spent some time talking about it, but not that much time. So I'm glad they fit it in. The next up was God of War, got a new trailer and a release window. It's coming out in early 2018. Looks cool to me. I don't know if you're excited for God of War. I never played one. I played the demo for God of War 3.
I'm going to play more Horizon Zero Dawn. I don't know how I feel about God of War.
I think this game looks really cool, and it's a new, fresh take on this franchise, and I'm really excited for it. So maybe we'll play through it on our channel. Then there was Detroit Become Human, got a new trailer. How do you feel about this game?
The same way that I feel about all David Cage games. The trailer and everything looks pretty. When you get into the game, it's not the full robust system that you were expecting. I don't think games will be able in the next 5 years to translate the immensities of just decision making in a proper way. But David Cage wants to tell his stories about robots having sex, so there you go.
We will see how that game turns out. I hear it's actually pretty good. A lot of people said it's demoing well. Then Destiny 2 got a trailer, which I'm excited for. It looks like there's actually a main bad guy in the game, which is a huge step up from Destiny 1. I'm super excited for this game.
There will be story?
There will be story. Already have it pre-ordered on PC and on PS4. I'm playing with everyone. Come at me if you need a Destiny buddy. I will play Destiny with you. It's going to be super fun. I'm excited for it. I think you should pre-order it too and then cancel it because you get access to the beta of on. I'm just saying.
Sounds good.
But the beta is this summer, so you probably won't be able to play it anyways. But then they finished off the conference with Spider-Man gameplay demo. I thought this was absolutely amazing. I'm super excited for this game. I can't wait.
This game I'm super hype about. It's really cool.
Oh, it's coming out 2018 as well. This game looks so good. And I didn't think, of course, they revealed it to begin with, I think last year, either PSX or E3, can't remember. They revealed it, and we all thought, oh, it's just a CG cutscene or whatever. This can't be real. But no, the game plays like that. That's so cool. And all the combat looks awesome. They have sort of a mock-up of what the HUD was going to look like. I doubt that's what it'll look like when the game ships, but at least they want to prove it's real, right? So the game is real. You have all this tech. You fly around. You're pretty much free to move around whatever way you want. You're Spider-Man, and I think that is bueno. Good job, Sucker Punch. No, not Sucker Punch. Insomniac,
yeah. I was very hopeful for this game based on Insomniac's previous work. I thought that getting the Spider-Man game really dovetailed into the kind of game that Insomniac wanted to produce. So I think this is this is a really good example of when a game studio really matches well with a property. So
yes,
I'm excited for
and
that.
this is exclusive to PlayStation 4, so that's a really big exclusive for them. This is huge because Marvel is in the know now.
Well, I mean, it's a Sony. Spider-Man's a Sony property, so.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, exactly. So,
but you know what isn't a Sony property? Our points.
Yes. So we had 6 predictions for this. Sorry, my girlfriend just got home. She's on the phone. I'm going to close the door. Okay, but yes, sorry about that. Let's go over our predictions here. We had 6 predictions, so a total of 6 whole points you can get. Hope you're playing along at home with us, by the way. My first prediction that we would get a trailer for Uncharted DLC.
That we did.
That is what happened. We got our trailer. So,
boom,
yes.
Point. Next one.
Boom.
I said Death Stranding. Didn't get Death Stranding.
No Death Stranding, thank God. They really need to shut up about that game. Just fucking make it.
I also said Final Fantasy VII Remake something or other to quiet down everybody and say, we've got this. Didn't happen.
Didn't happen, but we did get a Kingdom Hearts 3 trailer. We did get a Kingdom Hearts 3 trailer prior to any conference, I think, which is really interesting to me. Because I thought Final Fantasy VII was a lot further along. Anyways, my next one was God of War gameplay demo and launching in March 2018. I think it wasn't a demo. Sony doesn't do demos on stage anymore. Probably should have thought about that when I said it. So, but I did get the God of War. And I did get 2018.
Early 2018, not exactly
and
March.
Early.
I'll give you, 0.75?
I'll take that. That's more than I was expecting. I'll take it.
Well, then we'll go with 0.7.
No, you bastard. Fine with me. Which other, obviously you 1.7. But,
That's alright. You have beaten me soundly, sir.
What was your next prediction?
God of War PSVR. It's not ready
God
yet, so they didn't pump it out.
It's not ready yet. Okay. Then I said Days Gone release date is October. I'm not right about that, so no points, I think. Boom. I didn't say anything about a gameplay trailer or anything. Obviously, we got that. But I should have said gameplay trailer and releasing October. Then I could have gotten points. But
Horizon Zero Dawn DLC will be available in 2017.
Full points, man. Take it.
Also, I predicted exactly what it's going to be.
You're not getting extra points, Savon. Fuck you.
I talked about it, though. It's there. I know.
It was amazing that you actually 100% predicted that. That was really cool.
That's a game that I really like.
Tip of the hat to you, brother. All right. My next prediction was COD gameplay reveal. Exclusive DLC for PS4. Runs 4K on Pro. Does run in 4K on Pro. We did get COD gameplay reveal.
Yeah.
No exclusive DLC talked about. I'm pretty sure there will be, but I can't take full points.
Your thoughts?
So I'll take some points.
0.7 would be 2/3 ish.
Yes. You could actually make it 2/3 if you want, because it's a 3-part.
And 0.6. I'm rounding to the nearest point, the nearest 10th place.
Math
I'm not going to the hundreds.
Is easy that way. All right. What was your next? Your next one was actually interesting. You wanted to talk about Destiny 2, the amount of time they were going to talk or reveal Destiny 2 and
right.
COD.
Outside of the sizzle reel, both COD and Destiny had a runtime of 4:37.
Yes.
And then with the sizzle reel, it probably bumps it up to around 4:45 at least.
Yeah.
So I said between 5 and 7 minutes would be Destiny and COD.
Between 5 and 7 minutes, you get a full point. You got what is 4?
447.
4 3/4. What's 4 3/4 fifths in decimal points?
You jackass. 0.95.
0.95.
Rounded up.
Rounded up
Is the full point.
Take 0.95, yes.
Fuck you.
You can have the full point. I'm kidding. That's awesome. You
Got
got
him.
pretty close. No, you can take the full point. That's pretty close. That is pretty damn close. That was impressive. And I said there would be a Marvel vs. Capcom something trailer and that there would be a character announcement on both sides. Wrong about the character announcement. Well, I don't want to go into the trailer. It'll take too long. So I'll take half the points for that.
Okay.
And then also I thought Housemarque would release Nex Machina in September, but they didn't even mention that game at all. So tough luck.
Neither did they mention Last of Us Part 2. So tough luck for me.
Yeah.
Now,
And
your final one.
Those were my last two.
I know I meant the final concert, or the final conference, the presentation that we're gonna roll through Nintendo. Rocket League to Switch on Nintendo is pretty cool.
I think this was the best conference, by the way.
The Nintendo one?
Personally, yeah. Well, I think I judged conferences based on how excited I got. And I think that's what it's for, right? That's what these conferences are for, to get people excited. I mean, we all knew. Okay, we'll talk about E3 at the end.
But you're not a Microsoft. You're not really an Xbox gamer. I mean, you have it, but you're not really an Xbox or Super PC gamer.
I love Halo.
I love Halo. But you love Nintendo, so it makes sense to me. Just the same way that I was super hyped about Sony.
Right, of course.
Yeah.
We'll talk about it later after this. So, right, Rocket League coming to Switch, crossplay, coming out this year. That's super big. They need that game. That game is quickly gaining ground as one of the most popular games that came out. When did it come out? 2 years ago? Still popular. They're still supporting that game, and it's still coming out on things. So I'm really excited for crossplay, I guess. I don't care about crossplay, but it's a nice feature. That game's cool. What was next, Yvonne?
Next was some Xenoblade Chronicles 2 trailer and release window. Pretty cool looking game. Again, it's not a game that I've ever played. It's not a series that I've ever played, rather. So I won't delve into it with this one, but if you get it, I'd definitely watch you play it.
Yeah, no, I played about the first half of Xenoblade Chronicles. That game was super cool. It came out on the Wii, so I played it later. I did get a copy of it, surprisingly. It's actually hard to track down. That game came out in 2012, I think. But then they released Xenoblade Chronicles X on the Wii U. That was sort of a spin-off, if I'm not mistaken. Sort of in the vein of Final Fantasy. You know how Final Fantasy is always different,
right? Yeah.
But you can just jump into it. So that game's incredibly long, and it takes about 35 hours to get to the really cool parts of it. I didn't make it in that far. I'm excited for this one, though, because it's on the Switch, and I can play it on the go. So I can actually play it every day. I can play it on the train every day. So I've been waiting for a meaty RPG on the Switch. This is definitely it. It's coming out this year. Very excited. Next up was a Kirby announcement coming to Switch. Usually, there's one of the founders of IGN. I listen to their Nintendo podcast a lot. I really like it. And he always says, you know, when a console's about to die, a Nintendo console's about to die, is because they start releasing all the Kirby games for it. So it's funny. It's actually interesting that this game's coming out.
Yeah, I'm
next
not
year,
a
very
big
soon.
Kirby game person, so...
Yeah, usually his Kirby games are a lot easier of a platformer. You can turn in... I was surprised that so many abilities. And then what it looked like visually, I think it looks really interesting. And then you can become a curling rock in this game. Did you see that? Did you see the trailer?
I saw it, but I didn't notice that the curling rock existed.
I saw it. I was like, oh, Yvonne's gonna love this.
I will only exclusively be the curling stone.
Yes, that is the best ability Kirby has ever gotten. Oh!
Motorcycle. Right outside.
Yeah, nice. I think I just had one too. Was it the same motorcycle? Okay. So, Yvonne, the next one, very interesting and pertaining to one of your predictions.
Yeah, so they said that the Pokemon Battle game would be coming to Switch, and that they're working...
Pokken Tournament.
Yeah,
right.
Pokken Tournament, and that...
DX.
What's it? Is it Niantic? Who is it?
Pokemon
Game Freak?
Go.
Who makes Pokemon games?
Game Freak makes Pokemon games. Pokemon Go is made by Niantic.
One of them is making the core game.
Yes. Very exciting news. I think that is the hypest thing to come out of E3 for me. I'm done. It's over.
I didn't think this would happen
over.
so quickly.
Well, it's not. It's coming out in a year and a half, at least. It's going to take that long. But I think this was a wise announcement to start making. A lot followed by the next one, Metroid Prime 4, announced for Switch as well. Because, I mean, we'll talk about this later, I think. And then a new Yoshi game was announced for 2018. Looks pretty interesting, I suppose. I'm not that into Yoshi. And then Fire Emblem Warriors got a trailer. That's like your Gundam game. It's like Dynasty Warriors, but with Fire Emblem characters, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Coming out this year. It's exciting. And then they showed some of the Zelda DLC that's also coming out. It's coming out June 30th. And then there was Super Mario Odyssey.
So I had a question about
yeah.
Has Nintendo done DLC before?
Yes.
Okay.
For the Wii U, they had DLC. Why?
I just didn't remember Nintendo ever releasing DLC for games.
Starting with the Wii U, they started doing some DLC. There was a lot for Super Smash Brothers for Wii U, and Mario Kart 8 had some of the best DLC I've ever played.
Oh, nice.
It was fucking amazing. They basically they gave you the amount, 50% of the game on top of what you got. So, like, because you can measure it by the number of courses, they gave you that many more courses, and they were absolutely amazing courses.
Cool.
But yeah, so Super Mario Odyssey looked really cool. They had a weird jazz song in it. That was pretty cool. And it's coming out October 27th. Cannot wait for that game. Looks dope. Don't want to see any more of it. Just want to play it. So I haven't watched any, because they had some gameplay of the first level. Haven't watched any of it. I'm excited for it. And then after the conference, they announced Metroid Samus Returns, which is a remake of Metroid 2, Return of Samus.
Right.
That came out on the Game Boy. It was in black and white. I actually have that game. Really fun, but I'm super hyped to play this game. Just pissed off it's on the 3DS. Give it to me on the Switch. Fucking kill me. To break out the old 3DS for this. I can't believe it. I'll still buy it. Because I need Nintendo to understand they need to make more Metroid games. Point is, Yvonne, let's go over our things and then we can talk about E3 as a whole to round it off. So, what was your first prediction?
Well, the one that I've written down here is different from the one that's in the...
Said, yeah.
But I had stuff about the Virtual Console.
Yep, so did I. Wasn't talked about at all.
Boom!
Interested to know. And then also in between our podcast and this conference, they also announced their online service would be delayed to 2018, but there would be a trial portion where it's free starting this summer, I believe. So I think that's a decent compromise for them, for the players and Nintendo things. Still going to work on the phone. Going to be $20 a year, which is interesting. That's super cheap. So I don't think it's going to be that robust. Not excited about that. Not excited about that. But we'll see what it entails. We have yet to go over that. But so yours was about Virtual Console. My first prediction, I don't know about the exact order, but I'll say my Virtual Console ones. I had two. I split it into two. Virtual Console test period with new online service starts in July with launch of Splatoon 2. Have no confirmation of that. Wasn't talked about at the conference. 0 points for both of us, right. I think. And I split up, and of course we will obviously get the fewest points for Nintendo, because I think if anyone played this sort of game, they're getting pretty much 0 points for Nintendo. Although you did get, I think you got a full point for one.
I think I got a full point for two.
The Metroid. For two? Awesome. Okay. Oh, yeah, no, because Super Mario Odyssey. You had that. You slipped that in, you bastard. You fucking dick. Oh, my God, this guy. All right, this guy. He's playing the game, man. He's playing the game. All right, my second prediction, which I guess I should have fucking just predicted Metroid. Online service starts paid period in October, $30 a year, runs from app on phone, free VC game. I put so much shit.
I know.
Didn't talk about it at all. I'm so pissed off. Nintendo, what are you doing? You give us the things that we want, and then you take them away. What is wrong with you? You're playing with my heart, man. All right, so 0 points for two of my predictions. What about you?
Metroid Switch!
Metroid coming out for Switch. I'll give you full points because I am so fucking happy. We won't see it until 2020. It's probably not coming out on Switch. It's coming out, or it probably will come out on the Switch and whatever's next. But because they did that with
Zelda.
It's
the new Zelda game.
But yeah, I cannot be more excited. That Metroid Prime is one of my favorite games of all time. I love that shit. Anyways, big announcement, and then my next one was Xenoblade Chronicles 2 releases in September. We got holiday 2017. What do you want to do about that?
I don't think September is holiday.
Okay. 0 points? Not.
I'll give you some.
Give me half the point. Because I got that it's coming out this year. I'll take it. God damn it. I should have said... What if I said September 2017? Would you have given me full half point for that?
No, my assumption was 2017.
It's not holiday, but it's 2017.
What is
damn! Look, we're
think
playing with semantics
November,
here.
Right?
We're playing with semantics here. Yeah, no, I agree with you. That's why I'm taking the 0.3 points here.
Okay.
Yeah. So then yours was you sly dog, fucking. Just your prediction was there will be a Super Mario Odyssey trailer.
Yeah.
You fucking dick. God
Got him! 1 point!
Full points! I can't argue with that. Full points. My prediction about Super Mario Odyssey was Mario Odyssey releases in November before Black Friday. I was pretty close, I think.
When does it release?
At least. It's October 27th. I was very close to getting full points here. So you got to give me half a point.
I would give closer. I'd give like 0.7, 0.6, somewhere around there. It's close.
All right. Yeah, no, I was fucking close, man. But yeah. All right.
0.7.
I'll take 0.7. Thank you very much. And then my final prediction was Super Smash Bros. Deluxe, announced coming in October. No show. But I'm actually glad about that. They can hold that one in their pocket for a while for when people need to buy the Switch. They can hold that one.
I had custom Joy-Cons. No mention of that.
Yeah, at the conference at least. I don't think there was mention at all, actually.
Although it looked like there was some individual stuff, but, whatever. And then here's where we are. I need your help.
Big
boy. To lay down the law on my no Pokemon announcement.
Yes, he predicted, if I'm not mistaken, that there will be no Pokemon announcement at the show, and also...
I said if it was to be announced, if any Pokemon was to be announced, then it would be Pokemon Stars as a 3DS exclusive.
That is what you predicted.
So,
Pokemon was
But there
announced.
was no Pokemon for this year.
Yes. Oh, you fucking dick. Oh my god. Alright, fine. Take your 0.3 points.
Yes!
Because there were 3 parts of that thing. We'll give you 0.3.
Oh, man.
You are such a piece of shit. I can't believe this shit. Oh my! But yeah. Well, do you want to tally it up now, or we can tally it up at the end?
I've tallied up everything.
Okay. Who won?
With a resounding. Now, to say, let us all come together in this moment. And let us all remember that this is my first ever E3 predictions podcast that I've ever listened to, been part of, or thought about.
You're the one that agreed to this, all right?
Let us also remember that I had my first E3 I've ever watched was last year's Sony presentation. With all that being said,
waiting to let some fucking sucker to play this game with me.
From the Microsoft conference, because I only got 0.5 for Fable and 0.5. You could have given me more point percentage there. I got a 1.9. You did the best there with a 2.7.
Really? Wow, I didn't get more than 2.7 on any
on
of
Microsoft. No. You did you did a 2.9 later.
Oh, okay.
On Sony, I got 2. Thanks to rounding up. Yes.
No, awesome.
And you got a 2.9. You got a lot of multiple. You got a lot of not full point. You got.
That's where you get the points.
4 out of 6.
That's where you get the points.
My best conference was Nintendo.
Surprisingly.
At which I got 2.3 points, and you're worst by far, where you got 1 point.
That is the funniest thing to me. But yes.
Which is the biggest difference also between two. So let us remember that in my first E3 predictions podcast,
you killed the game.
I killed it on Nintendo. Nintendo hire me. So if you've been counting along at home, that brings my point total to 6.2 and Julian's point total to 6.6.
Holy shit, we were close. There it is. Steak dinner at some point this year.
By 0.4 of a point.
Yes, it is a deal. Deal's a deal, man.
You're getting drinks.
Deal's a deal. I'll get drinks. I'll get. Yeah, fuck you. I'll get the drinks. It's fine. Yeah,
I
can't
so
wait for
wanted
that.
it to be a tie. I couldn't do the math quickly enough in my head to readjust some of the other points.
That would have been awesome.
If I had
it was pretty close to
0.2 more on the 0.5s that I got from the Microsoft on each of them, so it was 0.7, we would have tied.
Oh man.
But whatever. I'll build it. I'll take this as a learning experience. I'm the freshman. I'm the rookie on the block. I've got to get my hazing done.
Next year is gonna be bad. We're gonna up the ante.
I am going to actually really.
It's 2 stakes.
Care more than a week.
Yeah. I've been listening to podcasts nonstop this year. Don't worry. Preparing for this one moment. Anyways, yeah. So Vaughn, all stake bets aside, what do you think about this year's E3?
It was okay.
Yeah, I think we were spoiled by last year. I think this was a very solid conference. We got a lot of announcements. A lot of the games, of course, were already announced, but so what? These games are still coming, and they're still fucking cool-looking games, I think. Nothing, aside from Nintendo, there were no huge announcements, I think. But I think Nintendo needed to announce... So, obviously, Pokemon, Core RPG, and Metroid Prime 4 are not coming out, not even next year. They're not even coming out next year.
I think that's a
right?
symbol of where they feel their position is. They don't have enough core games coming out to really supplement what's going on. I mean, Super Mario Odyssey might be their next big title for
it will be
a long time.
They're going to have a Fire Emblem game coming out next year, so like a core Fire Emblem game, so that's a big game. But yeah, I agree with you. So I think they really needed to play their cards. I think I think they had a really solid conference because they were telling you what you're getting in the near future. You're getting Xenoblade. You're getting what's it called? What's that game called? Rocket League, huge game, and Mario. So the rest of this year for Switch looks really, I think, looks really good. At least for me.
But if we
and of course you're getting 2 Zelda DLC packs as well. I think the other one's coming out this year as well. And then they also announced what's to come. So I think with Nintendo, because, like we've been wanting a core, and I say we as a gamer, a Nintendo gamer, we've been wanting a core Pokemon RPG on the console forever. So the fact that they even announced it, there's no more speculation it's coming. And then we've also been wanting a fucking Metroid game since Metroid Prime 3 came out, which was in 2010 or something. So 7 years, man. So we're still going to have to wait 10 more years. But at least we know it's coming. That's all I have to say about Nintendo. I think they did the fans justice, but they also didn't. Yeah.
All right. Sorry, mic problems came back.
We had minor mishap, technical
Luckily, it was only Julien talking.
Yeah, actually, surprisingly. But yes, so basically Nintendo, as I left off, Nintendo is telling you what you're getting in the immediate future and confirming that you will be getting the games that you want in the future, not necessarily near future. Well, not at all near future at all. So I think they did good on that, but they also fucked up with their online service. So
right.
They're a mixed bag.
I think the online service is kind of the most important part of that, because we expect games coming out, but how are we going to play them together and all this thing? And Nintendo has the most quirky
online
inner online play thing, so I think people really wanted to get their hands on it, understand what it was, what's going to happen with it. So I think that was a big misstep in terms of not having that ready.
I know.
But I think if we look at a lot of the conferences in general, there's so much space in those conferences for old games. Like Bethesda's conference was a 30-minute cartoon interspliced with gameplay in which 20 minutes of it was old games that are being brought to new consoles or updated in some way.
Or
VR. It was worthless.
No, well, they did announce Evil Within 2. I'll give them that. That game looks cool.
Which no one played the first one, really. So.
I played the first one. I know,
I've seen you play it.
I thought a lot of people played the first one.
I didn't think it did that well.
It must have done well enough for them to make a sequel.
That's true. Or they bank on the sequel to push the original one.
Maybe.
But
that is a very good game.
EA, the Anthem I'm curious about in general. But I really liked... Nintendo's was probably the best in terms of... It was short, sweet, to the point, announced what it needed to, and got out. I really liked the Sony conference. I thought it was the best use of the E3 stage of any of those conferences.
That was really cool. It was really cool. And they were pretty concise as well. They showed you... They didn't show you too much. They showed you the games that are coming this year and the games that are in the near future, which those are generally the games they talk about, unlike Nintendo. And then they showed you what you're going to be doing in these games, which is exciting. So I think that's really great. I can't wait for Spider-Man.
Yeah. And
then what do you think about Microsoft? What do you think? They're still in the same position, I think, that they were.
There was nothing
before they announced Scorpio.
Yeah, there's nothing that really, really grabbed me from the Microsoft stage. There's nothing that, I need to get an Xbox One X to play this. If anything, it's like, I'm going to get a PC to play those games. So in that regards, I'm really excited to play some of the games. Like Sea of Thieves is really cool. It's probably the favorite of mine in terms of new IP.
E3 game of the show?
E3 game of the show is still probably Super Mario Odyssey.
Yeah, that game looks fucking dope. I can't wait for that.
It looks cool. It's ready to go, and it has a new mechanics. It's Mario again. We'll see how it plays on the Switch.
The hat. You can be the hat. You can be the dinosaur. What was it? It's so weird. Oh, Nintendo.
Take control. But I'm excited for Sea of Thieves on PC.
Yeah. So great. I think this is like when an artist is on the rise, the overall conference of everyone, right? So this is when an artist is, on the rise. They're releasing album after album. Each one's getting better and better and better. Then they release their best album, and the follow-up album there's no way it can top it. But it's still good sometimes. So I think that's sort of how I felt about this E3. It was really good, but it wasn't as good as last year because it's hard to top last year. I think Sony did really well last year, and even Nintendo, Nintendo, didn't they talk? No. Nintendo talked about Zelda. Everyone was super hype about that game, and then I think even Microsoft had a pretty good conference last year. But Sony did the best for sure last year. But that's how I feel about this E3.
Fair enough.
It's tough to top last year.
Yeah.
So
last year was good. And I think the Nintendo Switch announcement presentation was really cool too.
Right.
Not an E3 thing, but also very cool.
Well, Yvonne, we've been talking for about an hour and a half-ish. Hope you guys enjoyed this reactions podcast to E3. Hope we summed it up well enough for you. And I hope you find all the news you need to know about these upcoming games. Tell us in the comments section below what you're most excited for about E3. What is your E3 game of the show? And tell us there, or tweet at us at Gaming Hungover, or you can send your questions, comments, and concerns into our email address, gaminghungover@gmail.com. Of course, Yvonne, we end our show in a song in a segment every week called Hungover Radio. This is a chance for you, the viewer or listener, to send in your music and sort of share with the community of Hungover Gaming, all 15 subscribers that we have, that are mostly just us, and sort of it's sort of like free advertisement for you. So if you are in a band, you write music by yourself, or maybe if your friend is looking for a chance to get some recognition, some recognition about their music, go ahead and send it in to gaminghungover@gmail.com. An MP3 link would be great. And of course, you can tweet at us and get in contact in the DMs there as well.
Sure.
So, Yvonne, we didn't get a submission this week, so of course I got to pick the song. I'm sorry I didn't ask you.
Awesome.
We're going to continue listening to Super Soul Bros. Today, they're going to be playing Super Mario 64 Bomb Battlefield cover. Of course, Super Soul Bros, you can follow them at Super Soul Bros, I believe, on Twitter. They are a jazz band that we featured last week, and they don't need much more advertisement, but I think they're really awesome. They're doing really great things. They're basically covering old video game songs, and I really like them. You can also check them out at supersoulbros.com. So go ahead, check them out there. We're going to leave you guys with this in honor of Super Mario Odyssey because it is, I think, the game of the show. It looked really cool. Yeah, so thanks so much for coming out, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed E3 2017. I'm Julien.
I'm Yvonne. Peace out, guys.
Catch you next time. Bye.